Do men, ask women on dates anymore?
Do you think she took that video because she actually is interested in your advice?
I was like, oh, this guy went to a good university. Like, oh, this is exciting. Oh, he looks like he has a good job. We both work in entertainment. How cool. Soulmate. So I Google CEC Entertainment. Chuck E. Cheese Entertainment.
Who gives a lick that he works for Chuck E. Cheese? These women have such an inflated sense of self that they feel like they are the prize all the time.
Men don't like women. They just like women because anything that is inherently feminine or girly or embodies just being a girl, men hate it, they downplay it, they make fun of it, they mock it, and they're disgusted by it.
The guys don't have a problem with you putting on your makeup and being girly, but they don't want to do it with you. Like, they're not women.
Craziest thing you did to get back at a man that hurt you. Got with his boss and would text both of them at the same time. His boss one day sat and talked about this amazing woman he met.
Bullshit.
And then we had the best time last night and then showed my ex a pic of us.
Women don't like to be rejected, and they can be very spiteful. So this is why, guys, listen. Hey now, I can see you. Ooh, spooky. Halloween's coming. Imagine I just did this and came right through this. Okay. Jed, stop. You've gone mad. All right. I'm here, and we have a great show for you. I say we like this more than just me. Well, maybe I just like to feel like I'm, with friends, shall we say. And I am. I see you. All right. Great show today. 6 fantastic, some heart-wrenching clips to watch. Some crazier than the next. Let's hit it. Number 1.
Okay, real talk real quick. Do men, ask women on dates anymore? Or do we have to go up to you guys? Because I have had a crush on my neighbor for, I don't know, 6 months at this point, and we just keep dancing around each other, and we have not talked to each other yet. So what's the deal? Am I supposed to go up and talk to him? Is he going to talk to me? How do we do this these days?
Okay. What am I going to say? First of all, did y'all hear a word she said? Right. She's got the big bazungas just in your face, right? They're just in your face. Why did she take the video? Do you think she took that video because she actually is interested in your advice? She took the video so that you would flood the comments saying, looking at it's like men sometimes they see boobies and it's like, right? You know it. Well, let's all just acknowledge that it's true, right? Some of you like that with butt cheeks too. Just saying. So she's showing off her boobs, right? That is the whole point of the video. And if you go in the comments, you'll see a lot of guys fell right in line. I went to the comments and I was like, no, don't do it, guys, right? And all you see is, I didn't hear a word you said and I've watched it on replay 16 times, right? What, guys? This is why they do what they do. This is why they behave the way they behave. This is why they treat you like junk. Because you, booby trance, we'll call it, right? Don't fall into the booby trance. Just don't. So number 1, she made the video to bounce her boobies all around and get attention, right? This is not about what you actually think about why guys, aren't approaching and aren't asking out and all that. Here's the thing, though. Guys let's just talk about the substance for a second. For those of us who were able to see past the boobies because we have our own boobies, right? All right. Men are tired of getting rejected for the dumbest reasons, right? Right? You meet a girl and you go out. Everything's going great. You got a job, right? You're a nice guy, just objectively a good human, right? You got a pretty good car. You live in your own apartment, no roommates, right? And you happen to show up on the date wearing brown shoes. And she's, everything's great, but she can't date a guy who wears brown shoes, right? I mean, this is happening, right? There are guys that are checking box after box after box and getting rejected for the stupidest, dumbest things. And they're so tired of the game that they're just like, you know what? You got nice boobies and all. And thanks for the video because, just thanks. But I'm not diving in, right? I'm not diving in just to take you out, just to have a nice night, just to check 9 out of 10 boxes and have that 10th. You be like, ew, he gives me the ick. Oh, his brown shoes give me the ick, right? They're just done. They're done with the games. Okay. All right. Still thinking about the boobies. Just saying. Number 2, not me, you.
Craziest thing you did to get back at a man that hurt you.
Ooh.
These are some pretty insane comments.
Ooh.
This girl said he went to jail and I booked every single visit so he couldn't get visited for 1 straight year.
No way. That's good.
Found his dad on Tinder.
Oh,
He told me his parents recently got divorced. Slept with his dad, sent him a photo and blocked him before he got a chance to respond.
Oh my.
These are heavy.
Slept with his dad. Literally unpacked his dad.
Yeah. Saw his,
Must be a listener to the show.
yeah.
Quick inspiration.
Saw his rod and not fishing rod.
Louisa!
Sorry.
Whoa.
Deleted years worth of gaming from his Xbox. You would cry. You would actually
That one
cry.
resonates with me.
Yeah.
That resonates with me. I can feel that pain.
Got with his boss and would text both of them at the same time. His boss one day sat and talked about this amazing woman he met.
Bullshit.
And then we had the best time last night and then showed my ex a pic of us.
Oh my God.
These are actually mental.
Mate, keep them coming.
Took him on a trip to Florida, cancelled all his credit cards and debit cards, booked a flight back home while he was sleeping in the hotel and checked out early.
Mate, this is like...
This is like movie stuff.
This is evil genius sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Very vindictive.
Yeah. Took the left shoe of each pair of his shoes. I ended up taking 32 shoes, and most of them were Jordans and Timberlands.
His fault for having that many shoes.
Imagine just trying and you're just going, every morning.
Every one of them.
Man alive. Man alive. So women can be very evil. Very, very vindictive, very spiteful, very vengeful. If you break up with them, just know that no more Mr. Nice Guy from them. And they will do things. I tell you, oftentimes they used to work at a lounge, at a bar. Just thought of this now. There was a woman who worked there, and she was dating a guy. He was a bartender. She was like I don't know what she did. If she was like a hostess, I can't remember. And they went out for a while, which don't date people in the workplace. I do all the time. Nightmares ensue. And they went out for a while. And then one night, I see him behind the bar. And a girl comes up. He's a bartender, right? So he's supposed to be friendly, right? And she comes up. She was good looking too. She was really good looking, right? Objectively. And she went up to the bar and he was talking to her like he does everybody else, right? He was a very friendly guy. That was just his nature. And I take a beeline and see the girlfriend, daggers coming out of her. I mean, she looked like she had been possessed by a demon. It was honestly, it was like, ooh, like it was a little bit alarming. And I see him talking. He doesn't notice her. And I'm like, oh, dear God. He's so enraptured with this conversation with this hot girl. And he doesn't even see that his girlfriend is turning into Satan before our eyes. What is she going to do? I was like, is a light's going to start to flicker? It just looked like that kind of power, if you know what I mean. And after that, all I remember hearing was some loud fighting coming from the kitchen. It was them. Something was happening that was not good. I don't know what. No one went in. Everyone was like, oh God, what happened? And the hot girl like left, walked out like, oh, I did my damage. I'm going on for the rest of my night. Right. So, and it didn't end well. And after that, she went and found one of his friends. She stalked that guy. That guy didn't know her. Wasn't a close friend. Hadn't been going out that long. He didn't know who she was. She went and slept with the friend and used a different name and took photos and sent it to the boyfriend and said, I had a great night last night. How about you? I'll never forget the text. And I was like, oh, she was brutal. She was a really, and she's not alone. So just know, women don't like to be rejected and they can be very spiteful. So this is why, guys, listen. Know who you're dealing with. And I know in this social media world, I know it's tough, right? Because it's like, this is the world you're in now. If I say don't do online dating, don't go on social media, you're like, well, Jed, there's only, where am I going to meet women? Well, ideally you would still meet women in like wholesome ways, through friends of a friend, at a party, in person. I would still tell you, get off the dating apps, get off the social media. There's nothing there for you guys. It's not a space for you. This is a space catering to these women, right? So I would still tell you that. Same thing. But if you decide to stay on, I tell you, use that social media like it's their resume. And you got to know what you're getting involved with now, because these women are getting crazed. And because they have access to social media and can track you and can go back into your like they're crazed. They're like detectives on Instagram looking at the girls all the way back. I had a friend that used to go back in posts years and be like, there is a photo up of him with another girl. And I'd be like, that was 3 years ago. but he left it up. Well, it was who cares? It was 3 years. Well, it's there, and that means he still likes her. Maybe he just didn't scroll back and go and look and delete it. Honey, get a life. Just crazed, because they women are very jealous. Very, very jealous. Very, very jealous. So if you just know, if you get the wrong girl and you do her wrong, oof, there's no telling what she might do. And the reason I bring this up is because everyone says, guys are terrible. Guys are the worst. Women can be evil too. Women can be evil too. And in a dark, creepy kind of way too. I'm telling you, I thought she was going to light that whole place on fire with that stare. I was like, oh, get me out of here, honey. Mm-mm. You know how we talk about how some women just like to complain about honey, who cares? Who cares? Are you so important that in a public park, no one can approach and use, what are they called, those bars? No one can approach and hang from a bar and do a pull-up except you? Can you imagine that? What is she even complaining about? And the guy was nice. He says, howdy. I don't know where she is. She in Texas, honey. He says, have a nice day. There's nothing wrong with this guy, right? He comes, he walks by, he says hello, he does his pull-ups, he leaves in. What is he there for? 30 seconds? And she is just this. First of all, this was video worthy for her, right? This was something she did, showing off. Oh, is she really trying to say that like he was coming over for her? That she somehow like that he was trying to make something happen? I do not see a guy trying to make something happen. I see a guy on a break trying to do some pull-ups and go about his day. But the horror, right? So this is what I'm saying to you. Like, these women will look for opportunities to just complain. That is a moment that a normal person would have just not even noticed, right? Someone who's not completely egocentric, someone who's not like, it's all about me, the world revolves around me, someone who doesn't think that everyone's coming up and trying to make something happen, someone who's not looking to be the center of attention and the center of the universe at all times would have just went and had a day. That would have not even registered in my mind. Now, why does it register? Because the cameras are always rolling, because she's always trying to get a video of herself trying to do a pull-up, because and it's like, it's a public park. So this is your reminder again. Some women just out to complain. And she's like, I would love to ask. I would really love some of these women to ask, like, for what, honey? He's not in your backyard, weirdo. He's in a public park along with you. Today's show is brought to you by, this is one of my favorite companies to partner with. This is American Hartford Gold. I've always believed in personal responsibility, taking care of your family, protecting what you've earned, and not waiting around for the government or Wall Street to do that stuff for you. But let's face it, things are getting out of control. National debt's exploding, inflation is hitting hard, the market has been dropping, you know it. If you've been relying on it to protect your future, then that should be your wake-up call. That's not fear-mongering, that's just reality. For those of us who still believe in traditional values like working hard and saving smart and providing for the people you love, we need to think seriously about how to protect our money. That's why I trust American Hartford Gold. They help you to move your savings into something real, something physical. Gold and silver, not paper promises, not digital currencies, real, lasting value. You can have gold and silver delivered straight to your door. How cool is that? Or you can place it in a gold IRA that gives you powerful tax advantages. Did you hear that? Their customer service is exactly what you'd hope for. I love it. It's honest. It's helpful. It's totally committed to walking you through every step. Super helpful. They've earned an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and the trust of thousands of families, including my family. And right now, when you make your first purchase and mention my name, mention Jedediah, you could qualify for up to $15,000 in free silver. How cool is that? Amazing. This isn't about politics. It's about being smart. It's about being prepared. It's about doing right by the people who count on you, your children, your family. Call 844-725-1818, or you can just text Bila to 65532. That's 844-725-1818, or text Bila to 65532, or you can just click on the link below. It's all going to be in the show description. All the details are below. Take control of your future because no one's going to do it for you.
So I matched with this guy who I think was in town for a game. I guess they were playing Georgia or whatever. So he was driving into town, and I was like, oh, this guy went to a good university. Like, oh, this is exciting. Oh, he looks like he has a good job. It says he works in like finance or sales or whatever those basic boy jobs are. And I start looking through his photos. I'm like, oh, he's really cute. He's like very fit. He works out. So I start going FBI work. I got to find out where this guy, like if he was in a fraternity, got to find out if his fraternity was cool. I got to find out, like, is he a siblings? Does his mom look crazy? So I do all this stalking. And the first thing that women will do when they find a guy on the internet from a dating app is we will go straight to that LinkedIn. Got to find out where you work, what university you went to. Are you recommended by your old bosses? Like, this is the closest thing you're going to get to a dating resume for a man. And then I look at his most recent employer. And it doesn't strike me as odd at first when I see it, because it says director of blah, blah, blah at CEC Entertainment. And I go, oh, we both work in entertainment. How cool. Soulmate. So I Google CEC Entertainment. And there in bold letters is the name of his boss, the big cheese himself, Chuck E. Cheese Entertainment. And I go, I cannot date a grown man who works for Charles E. Cheddar.
Not funny, honey. No, like, I don't, who are these people laughing? Who gives, like, really, honestly? So remember that first video we did where the girl was like, why aren't these guys with the boobies out? You're like, I do, Jed. I still remember the boobies. They're imprinted in my mind. Well, remember we were saying how, like, guys are done because they're getting rejected for the dumbest reasons. Honey, who gives a lick that he works for Chuck E. Cheese? Who cares? Now, this guy, she says he's fit. He's good looking. He went to a good school. He's got a good family. She did all that. And I tell you, they do the detective work. I'm telling you, man, they will stalk you dry. They stalk you. You don't, it's every page you have. They know what your mother's best friend had for dinner last night. Really, they do. And they'll tell you if they liked it or not. They'll be like, oh, she had lasagna, and that's a good sign, because it's like, right, they're nuts. They're nuts. He had all these boxes checked, including, the good university, job in finance and entertainment. Guy's probably making good money now. Oh, you check 9 boxes, but you work for Chuck E. Cheese. Maybe he got like a really good job in entertainment, and that's where it was. And he's like, oh, I really like my job. Who gives a lick? Are you so perfect? Are you so freaking perfect? And the answer is no. She's just got men flooding her. Average looking girl, let's just be honest, right? She's got men flooding her. So she gets to rip on you because you check 9 boxes, but we're happen to have a really good, financially rewarding job at Chuck E. Cheese. Maybe you liked Chuck E. Cheese growing up and you were like, yeah, you know what? I want to do that. Who cares? Why? I even just spit on my mic out of disgust. Who cares? Why? These women have such an inflated sense of self that they feel like they are the prize all the time. And they can be so picky that if you check 9 out of 10 boxes, they will bitch and moan that you don't fit the 10th and feel justified in the process. Man alive. So I want to know, what does she bring to the table? I want to know. Now, this woman will have the audacity to say, well, he checks 9 boxes, but he works at Chuck E. Cheese, and even though he's making 6 figures, I don't like that he works at Chuck E. Cheese. But if you have the audacity to ask her to be feminine, you can't ask the slightest thing. You have to take her as she is and be bowing down and grateful that she's given you the time of day, even though you check all the boxes and, oh, Chuck E. Cheese. And they're all laughing about it like it's a big joke. I'm like, oof. These women are unlikable. They're unlikable. They're so freaking full of themselves. It's nauseating. Why? Well, like, how did they get so nasty? Not to be nasty in the slutty sense. I mean, like, how did they get this sense of self of just no guy is worth my time? This is all social media. Social media has been a cancer on dating and horrible for women. Hit that subscribe button. You know you want to. You know you have to. Hit the subscribe, hit that like button, get in the comments, get in the chat. It helps us. Now remember, if you watch the show and you like it, you like the message, you got to hit subscribe because that helps me with the algorithm. It helps me to get the message out. It helps me to book guests. It helps me to do everything. And I have some plans for the channel. Just saying. Woohoo, Jet's got something up her sleeve. I don't have sleeves. Never mind. No jokes. I'm not a comedian. Okay. Let's go to number 5. 2 more clips.
Guys will ask a girl out and like not even care about who they are as a person. Like they really just want to see you as a girlfriend and a girlfriend only. And if you don't want to be their girlfriend or go out with them, then you are actually like dead to them.
Yes, honey. Again, so we talk about the female friends a lot. Guys don't want to, ladies, brace for this. I can't wait to get the reactions to this because then there'll be girls. I have guy friends. They really want to be my friend. Nope. Still waiting to sleep with you, honey. Still waiting to sleep with you. So guys aren't trying to be your friend. They don't need to be your friend. They don't. They have their guy friends for that. They don't need a female friend, right? The reason that they're reaching out to you, first of all, she says, oh, they'll just ask anybody out. First, that's not true. They don't just ask anybody out. But how are they going to get to know you if they don't ask you out? They're trying to get to know you, right? The whole point of dating is to pair up with somebody, right? Guys who are interested in getting married and having kids. She's like somehow demeaning that. How are they going to get to know you without going out with you, honey? Secondly, they don't want to be your friend. They're not, I don't know how big can we make the letters? They don't, ladies, they don't want to be your friend. They don't want to be friend zoned. They don't want to sit on the sidelines and hear about your dating experience with another guy and be a shoulder to cry on. That's all in the column of waiting until you break up with that guy so he can slide into the box of dating. They're talking to you because they want to date you. Guys talk to women for a few reasons. 1, they're attracted to them. They're trying to hook up. 2, they really like them. They want to take them out on a date. That's about it, right? They're not trying to be your friend. They're not. They are, oh no, I have friends. And these women will write these things and I'm always like laughing. So I have a friend and he's like always there for me. Even when I like had a really big fight with my boyfriend, he was like the one who was like the first one at my door. He's like such a good friend. Still trying to sleep with you, honey. Still trying to sleep with you. Ooh, the brain dead. Okay. This is the final clip of the day. Hit that subscribe for me again. Hit that like button. You know I love you. You know I do. It's deep between you and me. All right. Number 6.
This might ruffle some feathers, but men don't like women. They just like women because anything that is inherently feminine or girly or embodies just being a girl, men hate it, they downplay it, they make fun of it, they mock it, and they're disgusted by it. Whether that's girls being excited or gossiping or doing makeup, like anything, like they hate it, they make fun of it, women are emotional, blah, 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 blah. And it's just funny because they don't like women, they don't like being around women, they hate women, they just want to us. And I know anytime I make a video that's similar to this, I get comments from men being like, who turned you down, or someone's bitter, or whatever, blah, blah. And it's always the same. And it's just like, you're like, this is exactly what I mean. Like, yes, obviously not all men. I have met men that are great and wonderful, but like, you don't like women. Most of these men do not like women. They don't respect women at all. And it's crazy.
Again, these women are confused. First of all, the guys don't have a problem with you putting on your makeup and being girly, but they don't want to do it with you. Like, they're not women. Okay. So are you looking for a guy to date, or are you looking for a male buddy? Because the only guys that I ever had in my life that fit like, oh, they're going to come over and have like girl talk, they were gay. I'm just being honest, okay? I have no problem with people who are gay. Like, do your thing. As long as you're not hurting anybody else, just do your life, right? But that's how it worked out. That's how it was. I was in New York City. I mean, they were all like in Fashion Week, or it just was, right? Masculine men that you're going to want to sleep with, that you're going to want to like date, they don't want to do girly things, honey. Why is this rocket science? Okay. Again, to say that men don't respect you, that's another level. Now you just decided to throw some misandry in there, right? They're disrespectful, whatever. Okay, fine. We're used to it. They're not there to be your friend. I don't know what these women don't get about this. And if, by the way, a guy did want to be their friend and did want to come over and hear about their makeup and did want to take part in all the feminine activities, would you be attracted to that guy? No, you wouldn't, because it's not masculine. So what is the message here? That you want guys to be feminine so that you can just toss them to the wind? Or that you're mad that guys want to sleep with you but aren't really mad because when you go to the club, you get all dolled up for that very attention because you want to feel like a sex magnet? What is the line here? Is it just complaining and moaning? What is it? Women want men to be attracted to them. Women want men to want to sleep with them. Women want men to want to date them. Women don't want men to act like women. Women don't want men to sit in their feminine and come over and want to hear about their makeup and their all their feminine stuff. They don't. So what is this crap? Are you just confused about what you actually want? Or are you mad because what? You slept with a guy and he didn't like you and he didn't date you? It does sound bitter. And by the way, ladies, get better at distinguishing the good guys from the trash. Are there trashy guys out there? Sure. Are there guys that just want to sleep with you? Sure. You don't have to sleep with those guys. You can have a good head on your shoulders and be like, no, thank you. In fact, I'll tell you a story. There was a guy, close with a story. I like to share stories because it's relatable, right? And honestly, I'm kind of an open book. When I was younger, I was 22. I looked dang good. I should bring in some photos. Y'all will be like, ooh. I did. I looked really good. I was proud of that. I kept in shape, all that stuff. And I worked at Rockefeller Center Cafe. I got my master's degree, total waste of time, useless. Came out and I was like, I just want to attend, I want to be a cocktail waitress or I want to do something fun, right? I went and did it. Everyone tried to discourage me and I was like, I'm done being smart. I don't give a lick about this. I want to go and do something fun. Went and did it. And I worked at a place called Rock Center Cafe. And there was a guy who worked there. He was a manager. I was 22. 22. And he was 29. He was really good looking. He was like a model. He did all this stuff. And he pursued me actively. And I wouldn't do it. Do you know why I wouldn't do it? Because I knew that he was like a player. I knew that he was going out with a different girl every night. You just looked at him and he had a vibe. He had the whole thing. He had the bad boy thing. And yes, he was going to try to charm me. And man, did he play the role. He would go. He went skiing. And he would call me from the side of the road. He was really trying to play the good guy. But I was no, I could see from a mile away that it was just not. He was one night stand in his way to the top. I wasn't going to do it. That wasn't my vibe. So I didn't do it. So ladies, you have a head on your shoulders. If you don't want to do that, don't do it. You know what happened? That guy called me for 10 years. 10 years. Trying to get, because I was the only one probably that was like, no, I'm sorry. I'm a good girl. I can't do that. I know that you're vibing with a whole bunch of girls and I can't go there. Nope. No thanks. And he was all like, what? Because the roster was enormous. The women would be like, all the time for him. And I was the one that was like, you're really cute, but no can do. Right? So that's a lesson. But bottom line is, ladies, if you want to be treated like an adult, act like an adult. Get some judgment. And also, this whole idea that you want guys to be feminine. I mean, guys, they're trying to tank you because then you turn feminine to try to please them. And then they're like, ooh, that's unattractive. Don't try to please them. But do hit that subscribe button and hit that like button and show some love for me so I can bring you all of the ideas I have in my head that are just bubbling. See you soon. Bye.